one.
I was about to say I already brought that up. That Jack Perry joined House of Torture in New Japan.
You started the show?
I mean, I didn't do the intro. This is just a recent news This is like our pre-show. So now we're gonna give them the intro right now.
Yo, 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 yo.
I didn't have the power though. Oh,
I got the pyro for us today.
oh yeah. My budget was running low. we overspent, so we got it till next week. We have the power back.
What a WrestleMania with no pyro. Like, how you have WrestleMania week with no pyro?
Hey man, it's a new era.
Damn, Triple H.
Oh, how did
TKO era?
What did Michael Cole say? The Pirates. They got the pyro, bro. They captured my pyro.
They canceled the pyro.
Yeah, man, they got it. It's coming in a different way. We gonna have power next week.
Jesus Christ.
But yo,
you know we are back once again. We're Wrestlemaniacs 2. It's your boy Izze Too Real, along with my boy.
Play boy Troy.
Damn, you didn't let me get the.
My bad.
You know what I mean? But it's still all good.
The old Razor Ramon, the old Scott,
the
Hall?
old Scott Hall.
Oh, the old Scott.
The Scott Hall pose from old school THQ game.
What he used to say? Survey time. Who's here for the watch the? He'd be like, whoever the opponent is. So for example, he'd be like, who's here to watch Swerve Strickland and Carmelo Hayes win? Okay. Now who's here for the NWO?
They go crazy.
That's another one for the good guys. I'm like, yo, that's a great way you do that.
And that was just starting off the promo. Like,
yeah. Hey yo.
But they all had little tropes or little quotes that they would do.
Yeah.
Just for their little segment. Just like when Conan would come on. Who's Bowdy and Rowdy? Whatever the hell that meant.
Like, hey, it only made sense if you listen to
No Limit.
No Limit Soldier.
Like, if you knew nothing about No Limit, you knew nothing about what the hell he was talking about. Because if you was listening to Cash Money at the time, you'd be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
What is he talking about?
What is Wody? Like,
Bout it.
And Rowdy, like, what?
I'm like, yo.
That was Ray.
That was like,
Ray.
yo, there's a lot going on.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, yo.
The filthy animals.
The filthy animals, man.
That was my era. That watching that old shit, I'd be like, I remember where I was at when I watched this shit. That's crazy. That's crazy memory.
When I go back and look at those clips, because technically I wasn't really fully in, because I mean I was still growing up around, and it was actually before me. I want to say, was that 96?
Nah, that was like 98.
Okay, so yeah, I was probably just getting made. Well, I was in the stomach,
in the button, right?
Yeah, I would say I look back at Billy Kidman.
Why? On this show, he's always
Billy Kidman, man.
The default.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He's always the default.
I don't know, man. I just love me some Billy Kidman.
Me too. Ain't that some shit?
He can do no wrong in my eyes, man.
Ain't that some shit?
Best shooting star press of all time.
It's the sloppiest, but it was the first one I've ever seen.
Best to me. Because it was sideways. It was always sideways and the legs are tucked. Sideways. Like some of them when the legs are tucked, and I'm like, okay, he doing it right. And then like as time goes on, I'm like, it wasn't the best one. But man, I guess because it was the first one, it just looked good.
It was the first one.
And then his theme song was always a killer.
Yep. In WCW or WWE. No, it's the same one.
Yeah, to start off.
It's the same one, yeah. Billy Kidman was, to me, the shit.
And then he ended up switching theme songs when he became a heel. And that theme song was even fire. Yeah. You can run if you want to. Run if you can.
Was it 2005?
Yeah. I said, you don't know who you dealing with. And I had it all with society. They labeled me a lunatic. Man.
What? Yeah, we got to bring the theme song game back so you could do that song. I've never heard it.
Song hits. And
I've never heard
it. Every time. And I'm like, bro.
I've never heard. That's crazy.
That's when he turned heel on Paul London. He turned heel. He already had cut the hair by then. But he started coming out in a robe and everything. I remember that.
And then they put London with Brian Kendrick.
Like a year or two after that.
Yeah. See, I wasn't even watching.
Yeah. I want to say that was either 2004, 2005.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
It had to be around that time.
By 06.
Yeah, it had to be around that time because I remember it was before Finley. This is like when the cruiserweight division was really heating up. It was hot already, and I want to say at this point, Jamie Noble was a champion. Maybe.
See,
he was in the jeans. This is after Nydia and everything. It was a wild time.
So thick.
I guess I'm just a fan of that cruiserweight division, but Billy Kidman.
Billy Kidman, he was really one of the first WCW cruiserweights.
Yeah.
One of the first ones. He had the blue trunks on. Well, not the trunks. They was like shorts. And or was he that? No, he was that. And then he joined the flock.
Yeah, and he ended up being wife beater
and the wife beater. Yeah. But he was one of the first ones, and I liked him because he was a white meat baby face. I'm a fucking kid, so like, he looks like one of the kids that go to school with me. You know what I mean? That type of shit. So, and he used to do all the dope moves, and he was the first one I ever seen do a shooting star press. And I was like, damn, that's dope. And I used to see Tuco Scorpio. Tuco Scorpio never did the shooting star press. And I was like, oh, he on Tuco Scorpio hype.
You know, actually, it's funny that you said that. Because my first image of Billy Kidman is after the flock. So he's with Tori Wilson. He's coming out with, he still has the wife beater on, but the wife beater is clean. He got the blue jeans on. He got Tori Wilson on his arm.
What was his hair like?
He had the long hair.
Was it shaggy in his face and all that type of stuff?
No, it was full. It was like he always wore a cap. So he always had a baseball cap.
Oh, this was that Billy Kidman. So
this is after the flock.
This third installment.
Yeah.
With Tori.
That's what I'm saying. It's after the flock. That's my initial view of Billy Kidman. So the best Billy Kidman to me is that one. Like the transition from WCW going into WWE. Because he still had that same look going into WWE at the start of the Invasion.
Yeah, he did. I was surprised he got picked up.
I wasn't.
I was surprised.
Because remember, they tried to have that light heavyweight division. And Billy Kidman just fit like a glove when it came to that. Because at that point.
But did they have it then? Like, I don't remember them in 2001 having a light heavyweight division.
X-Pac was a champion. X-Pac was a champion with X Factor.
You're right.
This is after Just Incredible had left.
You're absolutely correct.
And then they end up.
This was even during Just Incredible being there. He still was the.
No, he had already broke out. He joined ECW in the Invasion.
He was the light heavyweight champion. I want to say at WrestleMania 17 at X7.
X-Pac.
Yeah. Because they had the pre-show match. Yeah. X Factor had the pre-show match, and I think he did have the fucking light heavyweight title. Yeah.
Because they end up merging. They end up merging the title at Invasion. Because I remember that
cruiserweight title.
Yeah. Because I remember that. Because X-Pac was the only one from the WWE team that got booed. Everybody else was like.
That's when it started.
Yeah.
Well, no, it started before then.
What you talking about? The hate for X-Pac?
The X-Pac heat, as they used to call it.
Oh no, it was way before then. He was the only one on the team WWE. And everybody just like.
It was. We
don't care.
Like 2000. It was like the end of 2000.
We do not care.
When they turned him heel, really, to tell you the truth, it was because his heel turn made no sense. It was stupid. Like, he was the ultimate little white meat baby face. The crowd loved him. It was the whole Kane storyline. And the whole thing with Kane, like, he wanted Kane to, like, be more emotional.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get it out of him. And then then the storyline switched to, like, X-Pac wanted to prove that he could be on Kane's level because Undertaker and Big Show used to beat his ass.
Yeah.
So when that SummerSlam came, he wanted to prove he could win the match, and then he lost it. And that's what made him turn heel. And after that, he started getting stupid heat. He never got cheered again.
I want to say, in that story, also, I think him and Tori, not Tori, I can't remember the name.
Her name was Tori.
It was Tori? Okay. Her and Tori, him and Tori was making fun of Kane.
Yeah.
That was in the storyline, ain't it?
Well, what happened was Tori was with Kane.
Yeah.
And then she turned on Kane and went with X-Pac.
That's what it was.
And then that's when but that was still even before then. But again, X-Pac was never cheered again.
Yeah.
He was never fucking cheered again.
Just that storyline.
I don't know if it was that storyline, but it's weird to just see how it built up, and it's like, damn.
That and everyone hated his theme song, which is crazy because I love that theme song. I got everything I ever wanted. Now
take a poll.
Back.
Just even on your Instagram page or whatever.
Yeah.
Take a poll. How many people hated that theme song compared to how many people loved it? And more people in the wrestling community would say that they love the theme song. Yeah. That's crazy.
Now they love it.
Okay, is that what it is now?
Yeah, now they love it because they appreciate it now. Back then they didn't give a fuck about the theme song, which is crazy to me because I'm like, man, that theme song hitting, bro. Yo, you dealing with the X Factor.
I got everything I ever wanted. But now, I will say, because being a music head,
why would you pick that as the theme song?
Yeah, not even why would you pick that as the theme song. If you want to pick that as a theme song, that's fine. But why would you start it with, but you're dealing with the X Factor? So you go from something that's kind of like a hip-hop rock tone to like a smooth, mellow, damn near country tone. You went from up here to like, and instantly dropped it down. It's crazy,
the versions of that theme song. Because the first version was that, I ain't that bad.
Right.
No, you dealing with,
because it's a real song.
But it picks up. And then after the second version of that theme song is like, yo, you dealing with the X Factor. It's like all guitar. And it's like, okay, what? When you get used to the music, now you took away the music, now you got guitar going. I'm like, God dang it,
you can't do nothing right.
Can't do nothing right, bro. When I'm the only person sitting there cheering for you, you do some bullshit like that.
But it wasn't X-Pac, though.
It wasn't.
He has no say.
It wasn't.
That was all Vince.
Him, Albert, and Just Incredible.
Had no say. Listen to the names that we just mentioned. They had no say.
Which is a great name. That's the best wrestling name still to me. Just Incredible.
People steal that in the hip-hop community.
Just Incredible.
It's just fascinating to me. I'm just going to say this. Because I was a little small-time rapper or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing because nobody ever used to mention nothing with wrestling in their raps. It'd be very minor, very minute. It'd be some Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you would get. You may get something like Roddy Piper. Those are the only two names you would get in wrestling.
Right.
And then gradually you might get a Stone Cold here and there. You never got to ride nobody else. But where I'm going with this is now so many hip hop artists are mixing in the wrestling genre, the wrestling into the hip hop genre.
Right.
And it's like, that's crazy because I remember back in 2009, I was the only one sampling like real wrestling theme songs.
Right.
And putting them on YouTube as like hip hop beats.
Right.
And I start seeing everybody start fucking copying after that shit. And it's like, nobody was doing this shit because I was trying to do something nobody was doing.
I want to say who it was. My first person that I heard a wrestler's theme song in a song was Wale. Wale was the first person I heard with the...
What year?
This is, man, I can't remember. This maybe when I was in like in middle school.
I would say like 2011 because he was one of the first people that I started hearing.
He used the Razor Ramon theme song.
He used Razor's
theme song. And I heard it because I'm a wrestling head, and I heard it, and I was like, actually, he's flowing on this song. I'm like, yo, he's going hard on this beat.
But I knew why.
And I never thought about it as a rap song because I always thought, I'm like, man, this would be a good beat. But I never thought, oh, this is a good rapping song.
See, now I'm still trying to hold that because I'm like, I listened to Wale before he even got his deal with MMG.
Right.
Like the breakup song, that was my shit.
Right.
Before people even knew who the fuck Wale was.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, what year was this? Because I was listening to Wale before he got his MMG deal.
If you're listening, go check out Wale Bad Guy. I want to say that's the name of the song.
Fuck it, you got your computer. Look it up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I'll be trying to hold that because I sampled the Macho Man theme song. I sampled Roddy Piper's Bagpipes. I sampled Ric Flair's, fuck it, we're not going to do the theme song game today. I sampled Ric Flair's 1992 fucking theme song for WWF.
9 years ago. 9 years ago. The Razor is a Razor freestyle. Bad guy.
9 years ago from 2024 would make that 2015?
Yeah.
So, I was 2009.
Okay. Well, he said I was there first.
Basement 2009.
I was on the streets first with this one.
Now, I'll say this: the shit was horrible, especially my Randy Savage one. It was kind of horrible. I even made a song out of it. It was kind of horrible, but I was the first one to fucking do it, and I posted the beats and shit. I started posting the beats and shit on YouTube.
Right.
So, and then it was like 2-3 years later, you start seeing hella shit, and then I heard The Undertaker. Somebody did like a dope ass trap beat to The Undertaker, and I was like, somebody took my shit and did it doper.
But I always knew Wale was a huge wrestling fan, so that's why I appreciated it, I guess.
Me too. But yeah, moving on. So,
but yeah,
I know we got into a tangent, but we do this at the beginning of every fucking show. So
basically,
this is nothing new.
Yeah.
Today I wrote some stuff down for us to talk about today, but it's kind of like gonna be a freestyle type of show. I was gonna have a little because there was something. I'll just get into it now. Fuck it. There was something on the internet I was watching on Instagram, and there's this young lady. I can't really pronounce her name. I don't know if it's Haven Rain or whatever.
Right.
She's like a big wrestling fan. So I appreciate any young lady that watches wrestling and get into it and really be into it. So she has a whole page, is very successful. But she had a question because she always questions people who dislikes AEW content. So, that catches me instantly. So I'm like, okay, well, now what she got to say? So yesterday, I'm just scrolling through, and she just has on there a video where she says to the WWE stands, what's the problem with AEW? Why is it so much hate for AEW? Is it the stories? Is it the wrestlers? She is this it? Did you pull it up?
Yeah. I have the video right here.
My God. Because I had it on my phone, but I'm like, fuck, we're recording with that shit right now.
Yeah, I could put a sound on it so we can
fuck
hear
it. And your mic is right there.
Yeah.
Just fuck it. I don't give. If they flag us, they flag us.
I'll bring it.
We ain't getting paid. Well, shit. She'll give us some exposure. I was gonna say we'll give her some exposure, but fuck, she'll give us some exposure.
This video is for the people who don't like AEW. I'd like to know why. If you're a fan who subscribes to tribalism, you only don't like AEW because they're not WWE. This video ain't for you. To the fans who enjoy all wrestling, but AEW just doesn't seem to be for you. I would really love to hear why, because the two things I hear people saying, I feel like I can combat that. Now, some say they don't do storytelling. At first they did, and then somewhere along the lines, yes, they did lose the plot. But recently, they've been back on it. Almost every match during the last pay-per-view had a storyline attached to it. The second thing I see people saying is they don't like the no-selling. But that doesn't happen in every match on every show. You say it's not realistic, but there's such thing as momentum and adrenaline. Let's say you get hit with a German suplex or a tornado DDT. That momentum can put you back on your feet. And you're running off of adrenaline so you can hit a move. That's not unheard of. But if it's not realistic, what about wrestling is? Is it The Undertaker being a dead man? Is it his brother Kane that he set on fire as a child who was severely burned, but then actually he doesn't have any burns? Is it Randy Orton punt kicking people in the head, but they have no injuries? You see where I'm going with this?
No.
A lot of these moves would actually kill people or severely injure them. So you can suspend your disbelief that these moves are not actually killing people, even though they would in real life. But you can't believe that people would actually get up from some of these moves off of adrenaline. Do you think maybe you just don't like how they do things, like they're not WWE and you're used to that style and filming and wrestling? You're used to WWE's matches. Maybe that's why you don't like it. But I want to know, so let's talk.
Let's talk.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Actually.
Go ahead.
Because I think as a person who's one of those people that keep trying to give AEW that opportunity and everything.
Exactly.
To me, let's talk about it.
I'm ready.
Storytelling, right? I'll just dive into that real quick.
There isn't any. You tell me
I'm
fucking
gonna
story.
be honest. There's storytelling
in the ring.
But the problem is it's in the ring, and also it's the fact that you stop and start your stories. That's the problem. You can't sit there and tell me that there wasn't a point when Sting and Darby Allin wasn't on TV. You cannot tell me there was a point where they was always on TV, because they weren't always on TV. They start and stop that story. They just started beginning that story when it got closer to Revolution, and they want to tell that story again. That we're getting to the end, right? Then you talk about, Swerve and Hangman. That rivalry had gone on for a bit. They did their thing at the death match. 2 weeks later, because we didn't see Hangman for a minute. 2 weeks later, Hangman shows back up, and it's like, I want the championship. And then they renew that rivalry. It literally starts back up. Maybe a month after that Hangman, the Texas death match, or whatever. So you basically pause that story at the end of that match, went a couple weeks on, and start that match again. I done moved on because I thought the story was over. I guess we keep going at that point, because that's all I'm saying. Right. So the stories are there, yes, but that you cannot sit there and tell me, as a person who sits there and watch AEW over and over again, that you know what's going on 24/7. Because one, their stories continue either in the ring or it's online. Tell me the story on TV. Stop. I hate that shit when you sit there, and I hate to get out of the character well, it's not out of character, but like the curse in this one, but it's just the fact that it bothers me when people be like, oh, you got to go look at it on the Instagram. You got to look at it on this. Brother, if you ain't telling me that story on TV, I'm not hunting that down.
And why do I have to go to Instagram? Why do I have to go to another source of media to catch your story?
Right.
Shouldn't you, if they did it on social media, why not replay that on your TV shows to show the people who didn't see it on social media what happened?
Right.
That's
and guess what?
Common logic.
And this is not tribalism, because I feel the same way about. Okay, The Rock does it right now. The Rock has posted a 21-minute video on his Twitter
that I didn't go see. I still haven't seen it.
And today he just posted like another 10-minute video on Twitter. Guess what? That's cool and all, because he literally went back and explained why Cody Rhodes did what he did. Tell that story on TV. Tell that story on TV.
Period.
Stop
so
having me hunt down everything to go do it. The problem is, not the problem, but the reason why it's a problem for AEW is because it's a constant thing. It's not like a one-off thing with WWE and The Rock. The Rock only does that because he goes over time all the time on TV, and he curses a lot. He can't say what he wants without cursing or like saying some shit that's gonna get him flagged.
Right.
Or get just like last week where SmackDown went blacked out. Because stuff that he's saying.
You always do that.
He always does that. So, but the problem is AEW is every single story. Tell the story on TV.
Okay, you saying every single story. And I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I got a little fire in me too, because I'm like, so you mentioned 2 stories. So they had a whole pay-per-view with 12 matches, right?
Right.
So of those 12 matches that they just had, I only can recall a story for maybe 2 of them. And I don't even watch AEW like that to really give a whole 2 cents. But can somebody please tell me what the story was for the 8-man scramble match that had Chris Jericho in it? Can somebody please tell me what the story was for the match with Christian Cage and fucking Daniel Garcia? Like, can somebody tell me the stories for that? So, like, there are no stories for these matches that got titles involved in them, for big matches.
Right.
Then what are the stories for? Then we can go back to the storyline that a lot of people liked. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of it, but I watched it and I was kind of entertained by it. But the whole Adam Cole and MJF story.
We on break right now for that.
That's correct. That story just pretty much killed MJF to where he had to go away for a minute to fucking just go, what they say, to go learn a new hold. He had to go away for a minute.
Right.
Because that whole story just completely trashed everything MJF did beforehand. Them turning MJF babyface completely trashed everything he did beforehand. So for you to say, is it the stories? Yes, the fucking stories are a part of the problem if there are some.
Right.
That's a part of the fucking problem.
And like I said, it's not, WWE does that too, but it's not all the fucking time.
WWE now
they go back and fix it, but sometimes it be a little too late. But
they don't have one guy that's on fucking Adderall that's trying to sit there and fucking write the whole TV show like he knows what the fuck he's doing when he has no previous wrestling, writing, storyline experience.
Right.
That's a problem.
Right.
Whether you want to admit it or not. And I'm not even a WWE stan. I just like pro wrestling.
Right.
So you give me great pro wrestling, I'm going to sit there. If I see bullshit, I'm going to say something and critique it.
Right.
Like the rest of us do.
But the thing about that is, and that's just the first point that you brought up with the storyline. Second,
edit out.
The second part is the no selling. I'm going to tell you something that made me laugh. I was watching this past week. Okay, I watched AEW this past week.
Who's the culprit?
Who ain't the culprit?
Oh, okay. I thought it was a main culprit.
Who ain't the culprit?
Will
Ospreay. Let's start with I start with Will Ospreay.
He did that shit in New Japan.
That I swear to you, I watched AEW. No, I didn't watch the whole paper. I didn't watch that pay-per-view at all.
Okay.
It was Will Ospreay versus his boy Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite.
Yeah. The reason because of the mania. Because of the pay-per-view match, after the match, Kyle Fletcher came and made the challenge.
Right.
After that. And that's why we got that. Yeah.
So, that whole match, I'm watching the match, and I'm not moved one bit. Not one bit. And I'm sitting there, and this is one of our questions later, but
Right.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching. I'm like,
why are you here?
Tony Khan paid for this. And this is what he's gonna do every week. Or as many times on TV.
Every other week.
And I see why WWE, because if you think about this right, just think about business wise. And I'm gonna bring it to NBA wise. I'm gonna just go NBA, right? If I'm sitting as a general manager, if you give me the option of, let's just say, Russell Westbrook. Okay. You give me the option of Russell Westbrook, or you're gonna give me the option of a rookie that's coming in the league. I hate to tell you, Russell Westbrook might be on his last wheel. I'm taking Russell Westbrook every time. And I'm going to tell you why. Experience. I'm paying for the name. I know what he's going to give me. And I know the money he's going to bring in for me. Will Ospreay, no disrespect to Will Ospreay, because I know he's a great wrestler. I know he is. But no one knows him outside of
Japan.
Outside of Japan, the people who watch and who watch Japan
and Europe. Asia and Europe. Let's just say out of Asia and Europe.
The people who don't watch U.S. The people who likes to watch other than U.S. wrestling knows who he is. If people like me, I might keep up with what's going on outside USA, but I'm not going to watch outside USA all the time. So, to me, I'm sitting here like, okay, I know Will Ospreay, but I don't know all his chants. I don't know all his moves. I don't know all the people. Like, I don't know all that. So guess what? When you bring him in, I need to be introduced to him. I need that. I need to be, okay,
not just brought in like this motherfucker has already been here before.
I get that he's already been here, but the motherfucker just went and did a whole tour. He went and did a whole tour in New Japan. And before that, before he even made his little pop-up just to sign a piece of paper, I ain't seen him since All In. And before that, I ain't seen him since, Forbidden Door. So I'm talking about 5-month breaks in between all these things I'm talking about, bro. So it's not like, that's who that is. No, I don't know who that is. He's Will Ospreay, one of the best wrestlers in the world, the aerial assassin. Cool. Why is he important? So guess what? Now we talking about overselling. Motherfucker, I'm talking about the same moves that should be finishers. Moves that should be finishers are not finishers no more. You sit here talking about Randy Orton with a punt. Motherfucker, when Randy Orton punt a motherfucker, they're down. That is it. There is no punt, and then an RKO or DDT or whatever the fuck you want to call any move, it ain't no move after the punt.
They ain't getting back up.
And guess what? When Randy Orton punt Vince McMahon in the fucking head, we ain't seen Vince McMahon on TV for like a month.
Oh, wow.
We ain't seen Shane McMahon on TV for a while. Stephanie for a while. Triple H for a while.
Didn't she get punted and kissed?
Yes. That's you trying to compare apples to oranges. That don't make sense.
Period.
Canadian Destroyer by P.D. Williams.
That's it. I was just about to say that Canadian Destroyer, number 1, and my other one, Poison Rana. Those two should be done. Like, you're on your neck. Like, there should be no getting up. Austin was dropped on his neck by a basic ass fucking pile driver and barely got the fuck up to finish the match. But we sitting here talking about Poison Ranas and all these type of things. They're getting 1 count.
You're right.
Or people bouncing up and
that's adrenaline, right?
And come back with a clothesline. It's no, you should be down. I went to wrestling school.
You know how hard
I know the art of selling. You're supposed to sell. The reason that one guy looks good is because the other guy is selling and bumping his ass off. That's how that guy looks good. That's how the wrestling business goes.
Right.
But for this person, for this young lady, because I don't have no beef with her, I'm just going off the argument because a lot of people have this argument.
Right.
Like, what's wrong with AEW or why the hate?
Right.
It's like, because the shit doesn't make sense. If you make it make sense like the new term goes nowadays, we'll be fine. I started off loving AEW. It was them who turned me off. And they did not only turn me off, it seems like they turned away half of their own fucking audience.
Exactly.
So it's not just one small minute portion of the audience that got turned away. It was half.
Yes. And it's just the fact that you say it's not every match and everything, but it seems like it's every match.
You tell me what match it isn't. The girls' match?
I guess.
That's maybe the only match that they're not kicking out of crazy finishers like that.
Every other match they are. I swear to you.
A Daniel Garcia match, you're gonna see it.
Every match basically is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it feels like
pay-per-view.
Shit, on TV.
15 minutes or less.
On TV, it feels like it's 10 minutes at least.
Like
every match. There is no squash matches. There is no and I'm not disrespecting. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I get it. WWE, they do a lot of squash matches. They do a lot of one-off matches.
And they do a lot of bullshit sometimes.
They do. They do. They do a lot of bullshit. And you're talking to a guy, he wasn't there. I was there for them rough days with WWE. And I mean rough days.
You was just there at the arena when Nia Jax did the shit on Maxine
on
Dupree.
Maxine Dupree.
And she walked out with that bullshit when they was booing her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was there for that shit.
I was there for that. I don't know. Were you watching when they did Bobby Sisters?
Yeah. I was like, what?
That was rough.
And one of them was a man?
All three of them was a man.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh,
one
shit.
of them was Max Caster.
No
Yo. Yeah. Oh. Everybody loves the Acclaim.
I remember that segment, but I don't even.
He was the one in the middle.
The dark-skinned one was a man. I was like, oh, that's a dude.
All three of them was dudes.
That's crazy. I don't even remember
that moment was
like
trash.
That, wow.
I want to say, man, Katie Vick with Kane.
Oh God,
that was crazy.
Probably the worst of all time.
I've been watching wrestling, and I've been watching consistently. I never left. I never took a break. And I can tell you WWE was on some bullshit, but guess what? They dug themselves out of that hole. They continue to climb out that hole.
Dig themselves out the hole.
Sometimes they drop back down, but they continue to climb up, though.
But that's a business, especially a business that's been especially a corporation that's been in business for over 50 years.
Right.
They're going to have ups and they're going to have downs. That's just the truth.
But the thing with AEW is they have ups and then they have major downs. And the problem is when you take 6 steps back, you got to at least come up like 4 steps to keep and then climb from there. Make some progress. I don't want to see y'all taking shit, like doing shit on TV, and then you give me one good Dynamite. I'm not falling for that. I'm not moved by that. I'm not going for that.
But they don't know.
I'm not going for it though. That's just what I'm not. And the problem is the fans will sit there and crucify you if you have a problem with something. When it's like, okay, WWE got some crazy fans. I get that. But guess what? They understand what's going on. They done seen the dark days. WWE's done seen some dark days. The fans understand that. It's getting the AEW fans to understand that, bro, when you get to those dark days, you got to take that L and shut the fuck up. Don't sit there and take the L and be like, well, no, not even that. Don't even take, AEW fans don't even take the L. They just fight the whole entire time. And it's ridiculous.
And the fight be so nonsensical.
Nonsensical.
It's like, put some logic behind it. I got a question for you. Did Hangman Page ever go to rehab?
For what?
Remember he was a fucking drunk?
Yeah.
With the whole storyline with the Bucks and Omega?
No, he just disappeared.
So there's no conclusion. So he's still a drunk.
Yeah.
Now he's just a bad guy drunk.
Well, we don't know if he's drunk because they don't bring it back up.
Gotcha.
There's another thing at AEW. Another story started up and another story dropped.
How did Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara make up the second time that they got into a beef with each other?
To be honest with you, Sammy Guevara disappeared. Sammy Guevara he turned on Chris Jericho. They had one match, disappeared,
and came back. Was a part of the shit again.
Came back, was part of Don Callis' family, and then I know where he was just like, Don, you never called me and congratulated me on my baby. And then I know where they're back together. Him and Chris Jericho back together.
So there was no explanation.
No explanation.
Yeah. So
and then guess what?
You got one more? I'm like, yeah.
I feel like that story just dropped off the planet. So literally, I don't even remember how that ended. And then it just ended. And then Chris Jericho. That's when you ask, what's the story to the 8-man tag, the meat match or whatever? I was like, I don't even know, because originally the plan was supposed to be Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer, and Miro. But Tony Khan didn't know Miro was hurt. So that changed from a Meat Madness match to an 8 All-Star match, throwing Jericho and Hook and Brian Cage and whoever that's sitting and catering on TV. And
No story.
No story behind it, and they tried to.
And it went 20 minutes.
Yeah, they tried to weave in the fact that Hook and Brian Cage been going at it, and Jericho don't know if Jericho just in the fucking way. Like now, Jericho
fucking be a commentator, please. Just go sit the fuck down.
Now
Nobody
Jericho
wants
is trying to
see you on TV anymore.
Who is he linking up with? He's linking up with Hook now.
Oh.
He's trying to hit now.
You just
now Hook about to get dragged down.
Hook already got dragged down because they didn't know what to fucking do with him when he was red fucking hot, and they didn't know what to do with him. That's another fucking problem. Yeah. When the guys get hot, they don't fucking know what to do. They don't never. Darby Allin was one of the fucking hottest things in professional wrestling when that company first came up and was running, and they did not know what the fuck to do with him. They gave him the TNT title for a fucking little bit,
week,
and then it was fucking over with. They didn't know what to do with him. He was sitting in catering until Sting came back,
bro.
Then there's another person that had a fucking big
Swerve.
The fucking Acclaim. Before we even get to Swerve, the Acclaim. When it was time for them to win the titles against Swerve and them, they didn't fucking pull the trigger. And I was there for the fucking show.
And then they waited
like
a week or two later.
Was it a week or was it like a month?
Well,
it was a wait.
Probably was a wait. It probably was a month.
It was a wait.
Because everybody kept saying y'all should have put him over that night.
It was like 2 weeks later. It was an Arthur Ashe Stadium show. You know, the little Grand Slam Dynamite type of thing. Yeah. And it's like that was fucking pointless. So you're gonna let them win it on TV instead of winning at the pay-per-view when the crowd was red hot
and I mean it was hot.
Call it audible. Like, especially now, I don't blame Swerve because Swerve was still kind of new to the business. Keith Lee, you've been in the game for a while. You call that fucking audible, and then what's Tony Khan gonna do?
Nothing.
He has never fired anybody, so it's not like you're gonna get fired.
Except for Kevin Kelly.
Who?
Kevin Kelly.
The announcer?
Yeah.
When?
He got fired 2 days ago or last night.
Kevin Kelly could be used in WWE.
He got fired because he said Ian Riccaboni is costing him his job on Twitter, and that's why he got fired.
Hey, WWE, call up Kevin
Put
Kelly.
him in NXT.
Now, that too. I was about to say, now I love Corey Graves and Wade Barrett together, but when you look at them, it's still a different dynamic. When the camera get on them two,
I enjoy it.
It's a different
I think I just enjoy that.
Because Corey Graves got all the tattoos, so he don't look like the main, play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
It kind of like the roles should be reversed. It looked like Wade should sit in this chair and Corey should sit in this chair. So if not, then I think that we should probably bring Kevin Kelly. But I've gotten used
to them too, so I'm okay with that. I like that.
But I like Kevin Kelly, so
I like Kevin Kelly
Kevin Kelly with them too.
Or you just make Kevin Kelly. Can we just make Kevin Kelly a backstage interviewer?
No, it's fucking Kevin Kelly.
Okay, hey man.
You give it to Cole. I give it to Kevin Kelly to be like the successor for JR.
So where's Vic Joseph going?
Who the fuck? Oh, I was about to say,
NXT. Because I guess we're gonna get rid of Booker T.
Now you keep him there.
Oh, so he's got 3-man team.
Where? NXT?
In NXT?
No, a 3-man team on SmackDown.
Kevin Kelly, Corey Graves, and Wade Barrett.
Yeah, because you got the two color guys.
You know I hate 3-man teams.
I know, but this would work.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Like, this would work.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Were both of them bullying Kevin Kelly?
Yeah, like, if it was somebody else, I'd be like, nah, that ain't going to work. Go keep a 2-man.
But yeah, that's, man, and I hate people being like, oh, why you don't like AEW? Because it's like, to me, why do you like AEW? That's always going to be my rebuttal question. Why do you like AEW?
That means because you grew up hating WWE because WWE at some point let you down.
Yeah, some point
and that's
WWE let you down.
I'm not even trying to hate on her, but it just seemed like that's what she feel. Like it seemed like it's a lot of WWE hate in her. So it's like, I'm going to defend AEW because this ain't her only video defending AEW like this.
Okay, I don't watch her, so I don't know.
It's always on my timeline because I'm a wrestling guy.
Yeah.
And it's my figure page. So it's like every time she pop up and I listen to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's a kind of attractive young lady and she speaks on wrestling. Like anybody that likes wrestling and you have something to say, I'd be like, let me hear you out.
Right.
So I had to hear it out and I'm like, yo, why? No, it's not that anybody's really a WWE like mark. It's just like AEW has just turned people off. You know what I mean?
And there's reasons. There's reasons to it.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I guess to me, it's like I'm not like super pro WWE.
Me neither.
Because WWE be doing some dumb shit, and y'all have heard it on this show. So it ain't like I've been sitting here singing their praises over and over again. I just being honest. I'm like, yo, that's some dumb shit. This is
just the time that they've been getting a lot of shit right.
Yeah, they just been checking a lot more boxes than they've done in the past.
Correct.
With AEW, it's like they've been Xing out boxes more than they have recently.
Or they're leaving them incomplete.
Yeah.
They're not even checking them. They're just there.
They're just there. And I'm like, and I guess we kind of talked about this in previous episodes, like early episodes. We grew up on WWE. So my mind is already set up.
Oh, the way you're programmed.
I'm programmed already to look for a story. Give me a reason why a match going on.
Right.
So stuff like, oh, this is a dream match. That doesn't I don't give a fuck about that, to be honest with you.
But they think that just having them two come out and have a face-off in the middle of the ring is all the story you need for this big dream match.
Yeah.
For this big Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson Okada match.
Or Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay match.
Yeah, they just think that that's all he needs, just one little face-to-face with each other.
Okay.
That's not a story.
That's not a story.
That's just something to build intrigue. Like, what would happen if they face each other? But that's not a fucking story.
You don't start it with face-off. 2 weeks later, they're going to have this match. That's it.
And then some random ass attack in the back during an interview segment. Just a random ass attack. That's just out of nowhere. So now you want to do the attack? And then Excalibur. He's sending a message. Oh, is he?
The guy you talking about, Excalibur, the best ring announcer?
Huh?
That's who he was.
Play-by-play guy?
He was voted the best ring announcer.
He's not a ring announcer. He's a play-by-play.
Oh, my bad. Best commentator. There it is.
Oh, I was about to say, if they gave him that, that's a fucking travesty. Like,
he was voted best commentator.
Hold that. Miss Haven, that was just our take of why we just feel like AEW has gotten shit wrong. It's not really the AEW hate yet, but it could get there.
It could get there.
It could fucking get there.
Oh, if you want hate, we can give you hate.
And it's not your fault. It's not. We were just replying to your great post here. That's it. But as far as the AEW part, they're just shit right now. That is what it is. When you can make the best tag team in the world feel unimportant, you're a shit ass.
Talking about FTR?
Yes, you're a shit ass fucking company.
Hey man,
and that's what the fuck it is. And that's really all I gotta really say.
FTR being the best tag team in the world, doing absolutely nothing.
And losing to Moxley and Claudio.
Shane
tapping out in the middle of the fucking ring together.
Strickland sitting there, not even champion still.
No belt around
no
his
belt.
Waist when he is the most popular guy.
I hate to tell you, writing's on the wall. When no one gives a fuck, they're going to give him the title. Hate to tell you. I'm probably going to get censored on that one. But when this dies off and it's not as cool anymore, and then you want to give him the title.
And I fucking love the dance. My daughter even does it. She's fucking 5. She was doing it today.
I'm just saying, when that dies off, and then you want to give him the title, as like we say in basketball, it's too late. It is too late. The moment you held the ball for 2 seconds, it is too late. It's over. The moment's gone. The window is closed.
Facts.
It's over. You should have gave him the title when everybody was hopping up and down. He should have had the title. I will swear to you, he should have had that title that week after he won that Texas Death match.
He should have had the fucking title the week that y'all lost CM Punk to the WWE. That's when he should have had the title.
He was still coming up. He was still climbing. He was still climbing. He was still climbing.
When Punk showed up at the Survivor Series?
Oh no, never mind. You're right. My bad. I thought you was talking about.
You were already planning for MJF to lose the title?
Right.
Your next guy was Swerve Strickland because that shit was already over with Nana.
You already teased it and everything.
Because I was watching AEW back then in fucking November.
Right.
I stopped watching like really December, like Christmas time. I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit. Like, there's no reason.
I pop in and out.
I don't even fucking pop up no more. I tried to watch a little bit of the pay-per-view.
I track like on the phone, like Twitter and X and Instagram, but other than that, I don't really watch that much. As I said, this past Wednesday was probably like my first episode. I'll probably say since Survivor Series.
Fuck, damn it, damn. Yeah, that's about the same time as me.
Yeah, that was my last Dynamite. This is my first one. Really watching. I don't really remember it. Well, unless there's been one, I just don't remember it. But shout out to you, Haven.
Yeah, shout out to
Thank you. Thank you for that question.
Thank you for a little bit of content too. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
because it's a common question that's always being asked, or something that's always being brought up, like why people hate AEW so much.
Right.
And I know me and you had that conversation some episodes back. You was like, bro, you fucking hate AEW. I'm like, I really don't. It's just like, fuck, they not getting shit. They don't understand how this shit goes. When you have Dustin Rhodes works there, has a fucking great mind for the business.
Right. But he sits there and
they don't use him for shit.
Yeah, he don't do anything.
They ask Chris Jericho. But anyway, I told you to remember something.
Kevin, we talking about Excalibur being the best commentator.
Thank you for fucking remembering, man. I smoke too much. That's a fucking travesty. Like,
yeah,
the best commentator
of 2024 or 2023 was Excalibur.
Kevin Patrick's is a better fucking commentator than fucking Excalibur.
Hey, yo, that's... Now,
yeah, I'm fucking throwing disses.
I don't fuck with Excalibur.
I'm throwing disses. No, you supposed to back me up on this. I'm just throwing a diss.
I ain't going on that one.
I'm not saying I believe it.
I can't back
I'm
up.
just throwing a
because
diss.
my hate for Kevin Patrick has been going on.
Vic Joseph
goes hard.
Is a fucking better commentator
than
fucking Excalibur. Jim Ross at 76 years old is a fucking better commentator than fucking Excalibur.
What about Michael Cole?
Michael Cole is a 5 times better commentator than fucking... I was about to say Vic Joseph. Than fucking Excalibur.
I feel I felt like Michael Cole should have won best commentator. To me.
For this year.
Yeah. He has been on his game.
Who's been better in the game? Nobody.
Corey Graves, I guess. But
he just became like a commentator.
Yeah.
He was the not playboy. He was the color guy.
So that's all it should have been Michael Cole. If it ain't Michael Cole,
should have been. And that's coming from me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's coming from you. So that's what I'm like. Michael Cole should have been the guy.
Yeah.
But that was just a quick veer off. But I remember saying that. I thought Michael. I was gonna say Pat McAfee, but you said Corey Graves just became play-by-play, so I feel like Pat McAfee can't be in that conversation if he's a color guy. But he was good too, and he wasn't there that long either.
Right, he could be a color guy, but he never. Well, he did kind of wrestle. He had a couple matches, but said he don't really wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael Cole had a couple matches, so you know what I mean. Doesn't even really matter. But that's a fucking travesty.
Since this
how the fuck he win that?
This shit? Is an AEW episode secretly, but it's okay because right now WWE kind of has like right now they're on their course to WrestleMania,
which is hot. But no, we gonna get into this
to the
WrestleMania card.
To the WrestleMania card.
We gonna get there. We got time. I ain't got shit to do tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
It's a Friday. We doing the show on a late night tip.
Okay, yeah. I ain't got no SB. It's cool. I'm gonna say this before we come back into the WWE. Let's go ahead and finish out AEW.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Will Ospreay had his first Dynamite match against Kyle Fletcher. Yep. We got big business next week for AEW. Everyone's expecting Mercedes Moné to show up there,
and she still hasn't.
Well,
let's still wait for it now.
Well, she's supposed to be. She's coming now, actually, because it's in Boston.
She is. She has a whole husband.
It's in Boston. I get the joke. It's in Boston. They got Boss Time on the poster and everything. So Mercedes Moné should be there.
Is that next week?
Yep, next week. But someone who made their debut, Okada.
Kazuchika
Okada. The Rainmaker makes his debut in AEW. And like I said, I watched that show. Did I pop? Did I jump out my seat? No. Not one bit. Didn't care. To be honest with you, I knew he was coming.
I'm about to say, did you expect him?
I already expect him to be there. I expect him to be there last week. I didn't expect him to be in WWE. All these other people thought he was going to WWE or NXT, but I didn't.
The moment that he didn't show up at the Rumble, he was going to AEW.
Yeah.
Because the only way he could have showed up was to be in the Rumble.
Right.
To go against somebody.
Right.
And the only reason that made me kind of believe that maybe they were going to bring him in is because they was doing a lot of Shinsuke
work. Right.
They was doing a lot of Shinsuke building. So you could tell that there was still, what do you call it? Damn, I should know this shit because I used to do business. When you're at the table and you're
table
negotiating.
It
was a lot of negotiating back and forth.
A lot of negotiating table talk.
Yeah, and you could tell it was because that Shinsuke shit didn't just come out of nowhere.
Right.
So you could tell there was a lot of negotiating to get him there.
Right.
Ultimately, he made his decision to go to AEW. He made his debut in a suit.
Which I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. So watching, right?
Yeah, because you watched the whole thing.
So
I just watched.
Okada comes out. Well, first of all, Eddie Kingston comes out, and he says something to Nick and the Bucks or whatever.
To Nick and Matt Jackson.
Nick and Mac are beating up Eddie Kingston. Out of nowhere.
Did I mention I hate those guys?
Yeah, you mention it all the time.
Well, I hate Matt. I
hate both of them.
Nick.
I'm okay with both. I hate both of them. Okay. Well, I dislike both of them. I won't say hate. I just dislike both of them. I fucking hate them. Because to me,
to the point that I damn near just want to fight them if I see.
They're on to Joel Embiid level for me now. Every time I see them on my TV, I cut it off. I don't want to watch their matches.
Yep, I'm not giving none of my ratings.
I don't care. But then,
go ahead, my bad.
Okada music hits. He comes out. I don't move. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He comes out in a suit. I go, he about to turn on Eddie. He don't never come out in no suit. He's always usually in a T-shirt and jeans. Right. I ain't never seen that man in a suit. So I know where.
Or he come out in his tights.
Oh, yeah, he come out in tights, then he about to wrestle.
Yeah.
That means he's going to wrestle.
No, it don't. Sometimes he don't wrestle. He just come out in his tights. I be like, why are you out in your tights, bro? You're not even about to wrestle.
Oh, yeah, if you don't see his wrist tape,
he's not wrestling.
He's not wrestling. So this is what makes that whole moment funny. They doing a whole little, oh, my God, Eddie Kingston and Okada versus Bucks. Out of nowhere, Okada grabs Eddie. And I swear to you, it felt like he was just hugging him from the back.
To hit him a Rainmaker.
And then he hits the Rainmaker. Boom. It wasn't like a quick grab, set it up, boom. It was like grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, boom. Then, like, oh, I'm going to hold him so the crowd can pop down. I'm about to hit him with a Rainmaker kind of thing.
Are you about to use logic with this, or where you going?
Ain't no fucking logic to it.
Yeah, it is. Eddie Kingston could have fucking moved.
Oh, you talking about that? Oh, yeah. No. Eddie Kingston was doing this. He just saw Casper.
A thug motherfucker from Yonkers, New York, froze when a man hugged him from the back. The logic, again, back to Miss Haven. I don't understand the logic here.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Who's writing this stuff?
Yeah.
Who's allowing this to go on television? Like, that's what I don't understand. I can't get behind, or I can't fathom to think that a thug dude, when a man get behind him, he's just gonna freeze up like, huh.
It's just
unless he's been there before.
It's just
and
funny to me.
I don't think Eddie Kingston's been there before. So
after that moment, like, it just makes me. I go to Twitter and stuff, you know. It just makes me laugh because everybody's like, and they was gonna send that man down to Orlando so he could learn how to look at the hard camera. And I'm like, well, this is what makes me laugh now. AEW has all the fans on one side of the arena. The other side is blocked off. So it ain't hard for you to notice. Is it
blocked off, or is it nobody's fucking there?
Oh, they definitely moved everybody over to one side.
Because there's not enough fucking people to fill up the whole arena. So in order to make the arena look full on one side that's not the hard camera side, they have everybody on this side and in the back.
The only people on the other side that's on the hard camera side is all the people on the ground, is on the floor.
Correct. So they don't even get the top.
You don't get the top. So that's what makes me laugh, because everybody's like, they're going to send him down to Orlando to learn how to look at the hard camera. But because WWE is filling their arenas. So you probably should know where the camera's at. Because if you go out there, you ain't going to see that camera, to be honest with you, because it's gone. And I've seen it. I've seen the live shows. I've been to the WWE pay-per-views.
That hard camera's in the middle of the fucking crowd.
It's in the middle of the crowd.
That middle. And the only way you can notice it, because sometimes the fucking light blinks.
Maybe.
Exactly. That's why I said sometimes the fucking light blinks.
Like, bro, AEW, you're looking at an empty crowd. It's basically like me doing this. It ain't nothing there. So I'm staring at nothing. So that's where my hard camera is at.
I wouldn't want to look over there anyway, because it'll remind me that I just signed here and they only have half a crowd. When I could have went to the big company. And hell, even the NXT fucking little arena be packed.
And those are just people that happen to just be living
in the Orlando.
Yeah, in that area.
Fucking performance center.
Yeah.
Like, he would have had a better. That's another part of the question. Was this a good decision for Kazuchika Okada to sign with AEW? And I'll let you answer. I won't even interrupt.
I'm going to say, it's going to sound crazy. For him, yes. Because, one, he knows the people that's all in that company. He trusts those people there. Two, he understands Tony Khan is going to give everything. House, car, his family, just to Okada. Okada got paid, what, $1 billion in yen, which is $14.5 million?
Yeah, because his wife is like one of the highest paid actresses in Japan.
He just got that. He literally just got paid that. He understood his value in AEW is going to be high because Tony Khan's a mark and he's a New Japan guy. His value in WWE is going to be like this because WWE has to put in work for the fans to know who the fuck he is and to care about him. Should I, A, go to the company where everybody knows who I am, but the numbers are low on audience and the owner's going to pay me millions? Or should I go to the company where basically no one knows who I am? The arenas are packed, but I'm definitely not about to get paid this amount of money. I might get paid not even half. He probably won't even get 7.5. He won't even get $7 million. He probably would have got maybe $2 or $3 million in WWE.
How much you think AEW paying him? Just ballpark.
No, I already told you. $14.5 million.
Is what AEW is paying him?
Yes.
What? Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I'll let you go too. Bye. You can go over there.
Yeah. That's why I was like,
WWE
just let him walk.
Wait a minute. Wait, why is nobody talking about this?
Oh, I put this on the Twitter. Go check out Twitter. Wrestlemaniacs.
Why is nobody talking about
this? Wrestlemaniacs 2 on Twitter.
So AEW. So he's the highest paid wrestler ever.
So
14 point a year.
I'm going to it right now because I did put. I literally posted on our Twitter.
This motherfucker got an NBA contract.
He did. I literally said,
"Hey."
So my bad.
Shout out Triple H.
It said, according to Tokyo
KO.
Sports, Kazuchika Okada signed a 3-year deal with AEW for about 2 billion yen. That equates to about $13.5 million, resulting in about $4.5 million per year. So he gets paid $4.5 million per year.
Hey, shout out to Kazuchika Okada.
Yeah, he got the bag. And
now,
it is funny to me because people are like, AEW's getting all the people. They're getting all of them. Because if you be smart now, this is what WWE used to do back in the day. The Hogans and the Scott Halls, the Kevin Nashes and all them. Because they understood. You're going to come back. You're going to come back. So guess what? Go get the bag. We'll be here when you come back. You ain't signing a lifetime contract. Guess what? That's why Mercedes Moné is in AEW, people.
Yeah, that one.
She's getting the bag. And she already said in the interview that just dropped today, she says, I'm going to go back. She's telling you, once this AEW contract is over and I get this back, and I hate to say it, and I hate to speak it into existence, because I already know what's going to happen. She's going to give you a couple good matches. She's going to get hurt, because she always gets hurt. And guess what? God forbid she does. I really like Mercedes. She's going to get hurt. She's going to get added time on her contract, whatever. But she's going to sit home and get paid. And guess what? After that, she's going to come back. She's going to come back to WWE.
She?
What?
It might be like a fucking prison sentence, nigga. Tack on time served, bro. Like
they're going to.
What I'm saying is because everything that you said, I totally fucking.
You talking about that in the AEW contract?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But what I think is gonna happen, because she gonna end up sitting at home for some time, they gonna add on some time because she was hurt.
No. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna add on time, but best believe when that contract is
anyway,
when that contract is over, she'll be right back in WWE.
She'll go back.
And I hate to tell you this.
Hopefully she won't be too old to not mean anything.
I hate to tell you this. Her stock is gonna be even higher. So guess what? Look at it. Jade Cargill. Building blew up when she came out of Royal Rumble.
I don't know if her stock gonna be higher.
And who Mercedes?
I don't know if her stock gonna be higher.
Oh man, it is.
Now, will she get a big pop when she returned back? Yeah, of course she is. It's been a long time.
Right.
But will her stock? I don't know, because
what you mean?
I don't know if her stock is gonna be higher. Like
the fanfare?
As far, because you saying her stock, so like, what would make WWE sign her for a larger amount of money? Like her stock?
No. When I think about stock, I mean as of like
people.
Yeah, people. Crowd wise.
She's gonna return back to WWE. They're still gonna give her a big pop because she hasn't been there for a while.
But it's gonna be a man. Like there was so She gets big pops when she used to return to WWE, right?
Mm-hmm.
When she be gone for a while.
Right.
But it'll always die off. I don't think it's just going to die off like that.
No, it's not going to just die off now. If she would have returned now in the start of this whole new regime, it wouldn't have died off for a while. But what's going to happen is going to be she's going to be able to sustain it if she's not too old or if she's not broken down.
I mean, she's not old at all right now.
Well, she 92, baby. So what? 31?
That's not
30,
old,
30,
though.
33?
And she probably signed, what, a 3-year deal? So 36?
Fuck. That's the die down age, man. Who 36 in WWE right now still going strong?
LA Knight?
Women wise. Male wise, they can go to 50.
Charlotte? How old is Charlotte?
Nah, Charlotte not 85. She probably 30. You know what? Charlotte might be 86. She might be.
She's 37.
That's what I said. She might be 86. She was born 86?
Yeah.
That's what I was like. She might be 86.
Charlotte going.
Because I think me and Reed was the same age. Who else? Is she going? She at home.
Becky is. Man,
okay. Becky going strong.
If you seen those those videos of Charlotte recovering, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, she gonna be back by SummerSlam.
We said that already. I don't know. We already said that.
We call her the robot.
She John Cena's part 2.
But god damn, like I hurt my leg and I was like, oh man, I gotta sit down. I gotta do my little rehab. Bro, she's in there like squats and everything. I'm like, bro, this is a nut job.
She's a cyborg.
She's straight cyborg, Terminator. She's like, gotta get that belt. Gotta get that belt. She already got the Charlotte in the bank sitting there waiting on her.
Just Charlotte in the bank. How old is Nia?
Nia Jax? She probably be right.
Well, the oldest woman on the roster is fucking Shayna. Shayna Baszler is the oldest one on the roster.
Nia's 39.
She's 39. So she's up there. Was she 82?
84.
84. Damn, Nia older than me.
Yeah, Shayna's 43.
Yeah, she's the oldest. I already knew that. She's the oldest on the roster, but you see she don't get no play.
Oh, it is what it is. Because
she's the youngest.
I'm going to tell you why. Because she has no personality. Her and Zoe starts bland as shit.
I don't think Zoe bland.
Like staring at the wall.
I just think Zoe just don't know how to put it together.
Vince killed off Shayna. She was hot coming out that elimination chamber.
No, she was a killer in NXT. When she came to the main roster, I don't know what.
Bro, when she debuted with biting Becky ear and made her bleed, and then she choked everybody out in the elimination chamber. And I mean, she cleared the board on everybody in the elimination chamber. You give her that title at WrestleMania. That was her moment that was her moment. After that, after she lost at WrestleMania, that was it for her.
You know why, right?
She was an NXT girl.
She's too old.
Well, that and she was an NXT girl.
And I'm not saying that, but I bet you that's what Vince said. Oh, she's not marketable. She's too old.
Yeah.
We know what he's going through now, so
yeah.
She wasn't his type.
She wasn't his type, basically.
You know what I mean?
So, but that's what I'm saying.
For Mercedes, though.
AEW, we already knew Okada was going there. We knew it. It was no surprise. For him, he's going to be doing the same old thing. Rainmaker. He might change his gimmick, but it's the same thing.
But hold on. I didn't give my take.
Go ahead.
Was it a good decision? So now that I know the money and everything, so from a financial standpoint, absolutely. Great fucking decision. Because you're set. Really, he was already set before he fucking came over here. He was one of the highest paid guys in Japan. And again, like I said earlier, his wife is one of the highest paid actresses in Japan. So they're already fucking set financially. So him coming to the U.S. was nothing.
Right.
Now, as far as a career standpoint, it was not a good decision. Because now, yeah, they know you now, and they're going to cheer you now. But what has happened to everybody else that has come in that company to a big fanfare? They at some point died down within months.
Right.
Within months.
Oh.
Bryan Danielson died down within fucking months. He's obsolete right now.
I wanted to say something.
Jeff Hardy.
I wanted to say something so bad when you mentioned
Go
that.
ahead.
I just want to say, if you haven't noticed, the people that Tony signs, they're going to get a push. Once that push ends, they're done. Prime example, and I said it literally when they showed up, Deonna Purrazzo came in hot, got a story, got a title match, lost the title match, and her ass is done. Goodbye. See you at Ring of Honor. See you at Collision, hanging on to a thread, because you don't fucking matter no more. You're not a new toy in his chest. Because guess what? Mercedes is in town. She's about to get her story. She's about to face Toni Storm at the next pay-per-view. Hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but you're not a new toy in the chest no more.
No, that new toy always get used again later on down the line, probably like a year or two later.
When no one gives a fuck.
Right, he remembers, oh yeah, I had this toy, and picks it up, and then he wants to fucking play. So I've noticed that. Like, matter of fact, he did it with Ricky Starks.
Keith Lee.
Damn, I don't know why he did it with Keith Lee.
He literally debuted with a great match, got into the what is it, when you grab the brass ring, and then literally after that, it was nothing, silence for a while. Then he got in the tag team with Shane. Guess what? Shane Strickland, Swerve, same thing. He signed the paper, got cold. He's just now getting hot.
But he got hot when he first came in because people knew who he was. He came from WWE or from NXT.
Right.
And people knew him as the Hit Row, and they had just all got released. Mm-hmm. So when he came in, people knew who the fuck he was. So he had a little following. Then they didn't do shit with him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He came in. To me, I felt like it was cold because he didn't do it. He didn't do anything.
Right.
Literally, he signed the paper in whose house, and it was nothing.
Nothing. And then they put him with Keith Lee.
Right.
They had a little tag team run. It wasn't even really that hot.
Right.
So he started dying down. Then it was when they put him with Nana. Then that shit bounced back up. The time to put him with the title, like we mentioned earlier, they fumbled it.
Adam Cole.
Boom.
Adam Cole. He came in, that building jumped out of his seat.
No, it did die down because he came in when Daniel Bryan came in.
Yep.
Same night.
Same segment.
So, and he died down quick.
Killed.
Then he went out and came back, kind of got it back a little bit. Then he went out again.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the same thing. And I'm not saying the
Miro
part is. Oh, fuck.
Andrade. Alistair, Malachi Black.
Damn, my guy. Keep going if you can.
Man. Who else is up in that whole entire conversation?
Fuck.
There was a moment when they gave it to Mark Briscoe when Jay died.
Killed it immediately.
Man.
I say Chris Jericho.
No. Yeah. Well, Chris held on for probably like a year, and then that was it.
Yeah, because after he lost that title, and he kept trying to hold on, but people wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
He started the Orange Cassidy feud. People wasn't feeling it, but people was feeling Orange Cassidy because he was just different at the time.
Yeah.
Not saying I was, but I'm just the perspective.
Right.
But Jericho was losing it.
Yeah.
He kept trying to grip on everybody. Gripped on the MJF, made them do the sing-along. He was losing it.
Every time I see someone get into a rivalry with anybody getting a rivalry or any storyline with Chris Jericho, I go, man, they about to get killed off. Here we go. Here we go. Ricky Starks just got out that hole. And I mean, he just got out of the hole, and they killed him off just for Sting. Because he ain't about to be on TV for a minute.
Just to put him with Big Bill, or no, that was after?
That was what?
That was after.
No, Big Bill after Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was after Chris Jericho. Actually, that was the reason of the feud. That was in the middle of the feud. Because Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho was supposed to take on Big Bill and Ricky Starks, but Kenny had the medical problem.
Right. The diverticulitis.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man, and if I had the roster right now on my screen, I could literally go, this person came in, was hot, died off. Everybody gets the new toy treatment. Every person who gets signed gets the new toy treatment.
Oh, I got two of them. Damn, how the fuck we
FTR.
No. They faced FTR. Switchblade, Jay White, and fucking Juice
Robinson.
Oh,
man.
When Jay White came in, he was the fucking hottest thing. And after the FTR series, died the fuck down. Whatever happened to Guns Up? That was the hottest thing on Collision.
Still doing Guns Up.
But it was the hottest thing on fucking Collision. And after Punk left, it was gone.
Yeah, Scissor Party over there.
Like, what the hell is... I don't
that's the only... I swear to you. If I look... Out of everybody who recently got signed to AEW, I feel so sorry for Jay White. I feel so sorry for him.
He left to get away from them motherfuckers, and now they all coming over here with him. He left to get away from the Ospreys and the Okadas because they was taking over the top spot at New Japan.
He left. First of all, he basically kicked the Elite out of New Japan because they was leaving anyway, and he took over that. Okada was still there, but Jay was that guy. Like you said, he left them so he could be the guy at AEW. Just for them to literally follow him
to
the same company and basically take over a spot that should be his.
Period.
And guess what? Jay probably had what? One world title shot against MJF, and they made a mockery of that match, and that was it. That was it. And we're talking about a man that was IWGP World Heavyweight Champion for a while, the Catalyst. And then
the youngest IWGP champion, was he?
I want to say, if not Kenny.
Nah, it was him. It was Jay White.
But what makes this worse is you have people out here, and I mean you have people out here going, thank God he didn't go to WWE. Why? Why? Do you not see what they're doing? What makes this listen to what I'm saying. What is absolutely psycho to me is the fact that you see WWE has gotten out of all this time. Right now, WWE has got CM Punk. They've got Cody Rhodes. They've got Jade Cargill. They've got Lexis King. Who else came from AEW right now that I could think of?
Not that many, because they ain't like
I think, okay, just that 5. Oh, and then they got Andrade. So, CM Punk, Cody, Jade, Brian Pillman Jr., Andrade, and Blair Davenport. I'll go Blair Davenport because she was in AEW first, too. If you haven't looked, pay attention. Go look at NXT roster. Go look at NXT's roster. Majority of those people who are in NXT roster were in AEW. They were in AEW. And I guarantee you now, they look way better than what they were in AEW. That's one thing. 2, all the stars I just mentioned look so much better than what they were in AEW. 10 times better. Because you know why? WWE understands streaming. I'm going to take, Andrade.
Give him a couple more weeks. He got a story going on.
Andrade got a story going, but he looks way more interesting than what he was in AEW.
I don't know. He ain't really gave him shit. He did a quick squash
That's what
match.
I'm saying. He did. Are we talking about WWE?
Yeah, he did a quick squash
that's
match.
That's just so you can get introduced to him.
Right. But then he had like the 2 backstage segments with Dominic.
And that's the backup story. That's a story that you.
Story?
No, I'm saying that's the background story. I was like, that's something that you need to continue to look forward to. Yeah. It's one of those things that's in the background where you're like, okay, there's something's gonna brew. Something's gonna brew after WrestleMania, because Andrade kind of came in kind of late for him to really get a story going.
Right.
And then also he doesn't speak a lot of English, so we have to figure out how do we get Andrade. How do you connect him to the fans without him being able to speak English properly? And guess what? That's what the little background stories is. The vignettes. This is who Andrade is. He's a 3rd generation superstar. He's a Mexican wrestler.
They're reintroducing you.
We're reintroducing you. They literally said this is Andrade's debut on Raw. Guess what? That means he's been gone for a while. So this is his actual debut. There's no Andrade seeing Moss.
He's on SmackDown, remember?
He was on Raw too. He was on Raw during the pandemic.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a Raw guy on pandemic.
Hey, your wrestling memory.
Because I remember him, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory was all in the group led by Zelina Vega on Raw. And then guess what? Austin Theory got kicked out of that group.
You're right.
And he got sent down to NXT, and he was with Johnny Gargano in the way.
You're right. I remember.
So literally, now we're reintroducing Andrade back. How do you reintroduce him without him being able to speak English? You give him vignettes. Tell the people his background, so you can connect with him. Okay, he's a 3rd generation superstar. Okay, he has that Latino luchador background. Okay, right. Guess what? His first match is against Apollo Crews, who we haven't seen in forever.
Well, I was so shocked when I seen him. I was like, what the fuck?
Which I already knew, but you know the draft and everything. You could easily get swept away with the draft because Apollo was in the draft and we didn't see him for a bit.
But he wasn't the main player, though.
Yeah.
Can I say this before you move on?
Yeah, go ahead.
With AEW, a lot of their main guys aren't on TV every week. Not even every week. They're not even on TV like fucking twice a month.
What do you mean?
AEW's big stars. So say like you don't see like even now with like Jay White, you don't see him every week. You don't see Bryan Danielson every week. Right. You don't see who else is a big star? Samoa Joe. You don't see him every week.
Well, now you do. Samoa Joe.
Well, now because he's the champ.
Do you
see Swerve every week?
Yeah.
You better. All right. Who else is a big star there? Adam Cole. Don't see him every week. You see that whack ass group.
Yeah.
But you don't see him every week. Just my point is with that, you go to WWE TV, you're gonna fucking see one of their stars.
Yeah. You're gonna see.
You're gonna see one of the fucking big stars, whether it's fucking Cody, whether it's Roman, whether it's
Seth Rollins.
Yes, Drew McIntyre.
The Rock.
Drew's not really up. Well, he's getting there.
He's up there. Oh, no, he's up there now. He's up there.
Okay, I'll give it to him.
He's up there.
I'll give it to him.
Gunther.
You're going to see one of these fucking big stars. And a lot of them not even in the world title picture.
Right.
There's
background stories. There's stories going on.
Right, but what I'm saying is like Gunther is like a main event talent.
Yeah.
But he's the Intercontinental Champion, right?
Right.
When we see his matches and shit, it's fucking important.
Important. There's a reason why he's wrestling.
Is there a reason when we see Bryan Danielson matches?
Because he wants to wrestle. He likes wrestling.
But I'm saying, is there a reason? Like,
no.
Are they important? Do we care?
The only, I guess, okay, I give Haven one. That story with Eddie Kingston. But my problem with that story was
who, CM Punk and Eddie Kingston?
No, Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson.
I don't care about that story. But what was it?
The story was Bryan Danielson doesn't show Eddie Kingston respect. Eddie Kingston he feels like he's earned everybody respect, but he just wants respect. Guess what? They told that story, but the actual breakdown of that story comes after that match at the pay-per-view on guess what? Twitter. Basically telling you why they're doing this. Daniel Bryan told Eddie he needs to get better. Eddie felt like he got better, and he felt like he wanted his handshake. And Daniel Bryan was like, you know what? You've been earned my handshake, and I was too dumb to see it. Guess what? That's the story you're going to tell? Cool. Tell that on TV. Tell it on TV. Guess what? Like you said, we don't see Bryan Danielson wrestling all the time. When we do see him wrestle all the time, I enjoy it. But we don't see him on TV all the time.
I don't even have to see him wrestle all the time. Show up on TV.
Yeah.
If there's a story that you're involved in,
but he's too hurt all the time.
Progress that story every week or every other week on TV. Send a vignette. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, keep a story going.
And I'm not even saying like I'm the fucking best fucking wrestling booker in the world. None of that shit. I just know what I see. I know what I used to see.
Know the basis.
Been watching this shit. I'm almost 40 fucking years old. I've been watching this shit since I was like 8. So like it's a long fucking time I've been watching this shit. I got involved in it myself. I know what the fuck I'm looking for. Had veterans and people that I used to listen to and fucking talk to me like, know what the fuck I'm supposed to look for with this shit.
Right.
And when I see the bullshit, like there's no reason, unless Bryan Danielson is a part-time guy, you should only see him 6 times a year. Be a part-time guy.
Yeah.
Like John Cena.
Right.
Be a fucking part-time guy.
Yeah.
But don't pop in for this story, be gone for like 2 months, then pop back in for this story, be gone for a month, then pop in for this story. It's like a fucking revolving door in this motherfucker. Yeah. Like, you can't get used to nobody in AEW.
And don't sit, and I hate, something I know, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but it's one thing that I hate is when you sit here, okay, Bryan Danielson, don't sit here and have him on TV and then him show up in New Japan, have a whole entire storyline with Okada, and then come back here and then be like, y'all should know what's going on in New Japan. That ain't your TV. That's not your show.
Unless
you are AEW. Stop trying to tell the story of New Japan.
Wait, you had that relationship with New Japan. Get the fucking footage and play some of it on TV.
Play it. If you're gonna do that, do that. But don't sit here and try to tell me I need to be like. Don't sit here and out of nowhere, Bryan Danielson, whoever is he's in the ring, and I know that Okada comes out. The crowd's like, "Oh my God, it's Okada!" And then Excalibur goes, "Well, this must be his response to Daniel Bryan's video." What video? What are you talking about?
What video?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What video?
Because guess what? I don't watch that show. Guess what? Before you sent Bryan Danielson out there, play that clip. Play that clip. Don't sit here and try to be like, "Oh, you should, no. That's the response to his video." No, bro.
No.
That's not how that works. I'm not watching that show. I'm watching your show. Tell me that. Tell me that story. Stop trying to tell me a story of a different company, bro. That drives me insane. And I don't know if I'm just the minority on this one, but it's just annoying to me. You don't sit. Guess what? I can tell you simple. Literally, WWE has a whole story going down in NXT. Whole story going down in NXT. That story doesn't really get mentioned in main roster world until it really matters. You think they mentioned Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the NXT title? It only was mentioned when they was on the main roster.
Rhea Ripley, Bianca.
Rhea Ripley and Bianca. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez or Gonzalez, whatever. That story doesn't get told as much. You see what I'm saying? It's in the same world, and they don't even talk about it. Because guess what? If you didn't watch it down there, you missed out.
You don't know about it.
Now, guess what? I'm going to tell you a different story.
That's why they changed people names. Like, you didn't just see that shit in NXT.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne, Butch. Like, they changed names. But at the end of the day, it's just like AEW has to understand what the flaws are or what the fans or the people are saying and try to change some of that shit. Don't just be stubborn and try to stick with the same tropes that you have because it's no longer working.
Stop trying to combat.
Yeah.
Take the criticism, go from there.
It's almost like, I hate to say it, but it's almost like being a bitch. Like, you try to make excuses and you try to, like, act like...
No accountability.
No accountability. You try to act like you don't see what's going on. And maybe you don't see what the fuck is going on. But you still try to combat and try to make excuses and make an argument for why things are going the way they're going.
That's their fans. Just like we talked about offline. When a coach act the ass on the sideline, what are the players going to do? Act the ass. If a coach sits there and complains about calls all day, what are the players going to do?
Eventually
complain about calls. So if the company sits there and be like, oh, we ain't doing nothing wrong, what are the fans going to do? Oh, AEW don't do nothing wrong. Monkey see, monkey do.
Whoop-de-whoop.
That's plain Jane how it is.
That motherfucker. God damn it.
Am I wrong?
Nah.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Because I'm telling you I'm not. Because that's what's occurring.
It's a cult of personality.
Tony Khan sits there and go, oh, we got WWE bots try to tear us down. What the fans gonna say? Man, all WWE fans do is try to tear us down. The blind leading the blind, the dumb leading the dumb. Brother, we trying to help you.
But why does it... I want to move on, but it's just like so much to talk about. Why is it the fans' fault that you fucking up? Why does it always have to be because of WWE fans? That ain't...
You just said it.
Understand it.
You just said it.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it for real because we had this conversation before. It was a rhetorical question when I said it. But the reason why is because a lot of people that grew up watching wrestling grew up watching really the only fucking thing in town, which was the WWE. So you were programmed a certain way to think that that's how wrestling goes. If you weren't alive to watch the NWA or Mid-South or World Class or AWA or Florida or any of those type of promotions from back in like the 80s and the 70s, you only know really one form of wrestling, and that's the WWE, WWF form of wrestling. You're programmed a certain way. So when another company comes in that's like AEW, because even at a certain form and fashion, TNA copies the same formula of WWE. But when you see a new company comes in and they just allow the guys to do what you see on independent shows, the guys who are getting paid like $10 and $15 for their matches or just for being there that night, when they're doing those fucking moves and they're getting injuries that this company has to pretty much pay for,
right?
Maybe with a medical. I don't know what AEW is like. I think they have a medical. I'm not really too sure.
Talking about on the side?
Yeah,
they do.
So, like, you're gonna be involved in this, or it could be a lawsuit where these people get hurt on your dime because it's really not in the contracts. So, it's so many different things to go with this. But my whole bottom line is that people are programmed a certain way, and that's the WWE form of wrestling. So when you see a new form of wrestling, you take to it and you like it. But then when you start seeing too much of it and the egregious non-selling, then you start to get turned off from it. And that's what the fuck has happened with AEW. That's it. That's all. If you want to still be combative, Tony Khan, and fight against the people who kind of want to still watch AEW like us, we want to watch it, but we can't. It's not that we don't want to. We fucking can't. And it's because of the product that you're putting out there. That's really it. So you have to change the product in order to grow your fans back. Because now you're at like 200,000 for fucking Collision when you used to be at like 5 to 6 for Collision?
What do you mean?
For the ratings.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have those right there.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, fuck it. Let's go into it. While I'm
the
here
ratings?
Yeah,
you
you
talking
got
about
it
the
right
ratings?
there. Let's go.
The highest point of the show was at the very beginning of the show, where you had the Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, Adam Cole live promo.
And those were people that were coming in from whatever the fuck was on TBS before, which was probably the Big Bang Theory.
Now, that's 930K. 930K views. Their lowest is literally at the very end of the show, when it's Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher and the post match with Brian Danielson, where we go from a 930K at the starting of the show to a 676 at the end of the show. I'm just saying.
300,000.
Hey, you go from 930 and you go down to 676, brother. That's basically rounded off 300,000, 254K.
254,000.
That's what you lost.
That's insane. And you mean to tell me? Because I didn't even watch the media scrum, but I know there had to be a media scrum where he just said that we're doing the best and we're doing the greatest that we've ever done.
That was the greatest pay-per-view of all time.
And
actually,
we're doing
he
the
said
best
greatest
business.
pay-per-view of all time.
Did you ever see that we're doing great and awesome and this is the best business we've ever done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That statement, lies.
Bogus. What they say now, that's a cap.
Cap.
Because the numbers are right here. And Jay-Z said this shit back in 1997. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So, hey, take that how the fuck you want it. But we see the numbers. And we don't even got collision numbers, but we don't even want to see that shit.
I don't even want to see it.
I don't even want to see Rampage.
It's just funny because if y'all see what I see, it goes 90. It's like a dip. It literally goes just like this. Starts here, goes down, pops back up, drops back down. Because it literally goes 930K at 8 to 8:15. The next, it literally drops down to 785 within those 15-minute block. And by 9 o'clock, so at 8 o'clock, top of the hour, 930K, top of the 9 o'clock, 865. So that's what? Roughly like a 90K drop off or 60K drop off, right? And that's when at the top of the 10 o'clock, because they ran over 7 minutes.
As usual.
They were down to 676.
So they gained 10.
What do you mean?
They gained. Oh no, it was
they
674.
They at the top of the top.
You said the overrun.
The overrun was 676. After
the
last 15 was 654.
So yeah, so they gained 20.
Yeah,
about roughly 20.
And I guarantee you, and I'm just being honest.
That's because the next show.
It's because the next show is on, and they didn't know they was actually going to be.
It probably wasn't even a show. It probably was just some random TBS movie because that's usually what goes on.
Right.
But the proof is in the pudding, man. You gotta do something better, and that's the reason why people hate AEW. And we're gonna fucking move on, man, because we talked about AEW for an hour and a half.
This is an AEW episode.
It really was. But look, I want to get into this game, man.
Go ahead. Yeah, you know what? We'll talk. We'll get into the card next week.
Okay.
Because we there's stories being played out right now, and I want to touch on it next week.
So
I want to touch on it next week.
We'll do it Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay, so I want to get into this game here. I call it E.OR. It's kind of like a.
You could give it.
It's a. I'm gonna give them some names. So I'm gonna explain the game to you instead of the people. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you two names. You tell me which one that you would pick, which one you like more, or you could say both, or I don't want you to say neither. There's no neithers. So it's either or both.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're just trying this out, just as a little a demo, just to see if it worked. Used to do a theme song game, but
okay.
You know what I mean,
hey,
try
man.
something different.
Try something different. Come on.
So, all right, number one, we got Bret Hart and Sting.
We're not doing like certain category. No. All right, Bret Hart or Sting. Bret Hart.
Randy Orton or Batista.
Randy Orton.
Gunther or Walter.
Gunther.
Pac or Pete Dunne.
Are we talking about the Bastard Pac?
Yep.
Pete Dunne.
Here's a crazy one for you. Orange Cassidy?
Oh, man. Oh, hey, we know he like. I like some Orange Cassidy.
Or Festus?
Festus as a Luke Gallows Festus?
Yeah. Why I put them two in the same category?
Orange Cassidy, bro.
I don't know.
But I used to love Festus. I don't know why. Biscuits and gravy. Okay. Sorry.
And we talked about this on the show.
Yeah. I'm like, man.
Road Dogg or Billy Gunn?
I don't know who get heat for this one. Fuck it, both. I like both of them.
He was like, neither.
Yeah, because I love Road Dogg, but I'm like in ring Billy, but they're like peanut butter and jelly. So like if I could just have a jelly sandwich, that's cool. If I have a peanut butter sandwich, that's cool. But them together,
I need them together.
Yeah, come on, give them together. It's okay with me too.
All right, for sure. Scorpio Sky or Apollo Crews?
Apollo.
Oh, wow, okay. Shocker there. Street Profits or Acclaim?
Street Profits.
All right. Andrade or Escobar? Damn.
Because they're both so good. They're both so good.
That one got a long ass silence.
Yeah.
Like.
I had to think because I was like, man, what do I care about? Andrade. I'll take Andrade. If I had to, if you ask me that question again, I probably won't think about it again. Andrade.
Gotcha. Last one. Moxley or Dean Ambrose?
Can I get Dean Ambrose with Moxley's theme song?
Perfect fucking answer for that one. Because that was going to be mine because I was going to give you the paper and say, my turn, goddammit.
Come on.
You got your own.
Oh, no, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Actually, I'm going to switch some.
All right.
As I go. Brett or Owen?
Oh, shit. Brett.
Orton versus Batista?
Orton.
Gunther versus Walter?
I'm a Walter guy for now.
Okay. I'm going to switch that. Here we go. Tyler Bate or Pete. No, actually, Tyler Bate or Pete Dunne?
Shit. Goddamn. Damn it. I hate to do this, but I'm going to go with Pete Dunne. I just love the finger snaps.
Orange Cassidy or X-Pac?
That's not fair to Orange Cassidy because X-Pac is one of my favorite guys of all time.
Oh, my bad. Then I'll switch it then?
Yeah, switch it.
I can switch that.
Yeah, switch it.
Orange Cassidy or Enzo Amore?
Oh, fuck Orange Cassidy. Fucking shit. Why would you give me? You gave me.
I just thought that was hilarious.
Just Enzo annoys me a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like
that's okay. I mean, he knows a lot of people, but it just had to ask. All right, Big Bill or Billy Gunn?
Billy Gunn. Fucking hate Big Bill.
What?
I like Enzo more than Big Bill.
Jeez.
At least Enzo had the personality.
Okay. Samoa Joe or AJ Styles?
Oh, fuck. AJ.
Okay.
That was a fucking good one.
Okay.
Goddamn, that was a good one. Because I was like, Samoa Joe. I was about to say Samoa Joe up top, but then you hit me with the AJ. I'm like, oh, fuck, AJ.
All right, here we go. The Revival or FTR?
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That was a good one. Fuck. See, I like the FTR name, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think I like their FTR.
You going FTR?
FTR.
Okay.
Because I hate the name Scott Dawson. Like, I fucking hate that name.
I actually like that more than Dax Wilder.
I like Dax. I don't need the Wilder part, but just Dax the Axe.
I like that Scott Dawson, and I forgot what was it? Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. They just sound like some rough, tough ass old school names. Scott Dawson.
Scott Dawson looked like he should have had the mustache like that.
All right. All right. Keith Lee or Powerhouse Hobbs?
Powerhouse Hobbs. I despise Keith Lee now.
Oh, damn.
And then, like...
Okay, I'll switch it then. I'll switch it.
Okay.
I'm okay with switching it. Powerhouse Hobbs or Swerve Strickland.
I'm going with Swerve. I'm going with Swerve.
Okay.
Nothing personal, boy. Just a sidebar story when you said the Keith Lee shit.
Right.
I think it might be like a little personal now with Keith Lee. So, in Vegas, talking to Hobbs, Keith Lee just sitting there just mugging. He was by himself every fucking time I seen him. He just by himself, big ass motherfucker, just like this. 3 times I seen him in the lobby at the fucking hotel. He's standing at, I don't know what the fuck he was waiting for, but I'm just trying to get my stuff because I put my bags and stuff at the checkout because we went to the pool party.
Right.
So I'm trying to get my bags. He just standing there like this and he just mugging. I'm like, what is you mugging for? Like, bro, now I know I can't beat your ass. You're fucking humongous standing over me. I stood next to you. You fucking tower over me.
Right.
Well, what the fuck is you mugging me for? Then earlier on at the little convention thing, talking to Hobbs or whatever, he just over there and just mugging. I'm like, bro, I don't know you from a can of paint.
Right.
Why, is it because I'm not asking you for an autograph, but I know who you are? Like, that just rubbed me the wrong way. And then now seeing how lazy he is in the ring, I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't know what the fuck hype you on. I don't know what you got going on in your life, but you got to fix that shit, dog.
Yeah.
Because that whole little, this is on everything, just with the staring shit.
Yeah.
Just mugging, like, bro, I don't fucking know you from a can of paint.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, that shit just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, dye your hair back black, goddammit.
All right, let's finish it off.
Yeah, I'm done.
Braun Breaker.
Oh, there was one more?
Yeah, one more. I had to think about this a little bit while you was telling the story. But then I changed it midway. Braun Breaker or Scott Steiner?
I'm going to go with Braun Breaker because the figures do come alive at night. And I am not gonna.
Hey. I hope
I seen Toy Story, goddamn.
I hope my questions was up there with the level of yours.
Nah, yours was good.
I was sitting there. I'm like,
and that was freestyle.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Let's go with some of them. Let's
FTR and Revival, and I'm like,
yeah,
because they had some bangers as the Revival.
Yeah, they did.
But then they had some bangers as FTR. I'm like, oh fuck, but
actually,
FTR name.
And I was gonna go with another one of DIY or. Actually, I was going DIY and versus Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven.
The other half of
British Strong Style. And then I also had one of I was going to say
what's the first one again?
DIY.
I'm not a Johnny Gargano fan, so that probably would take it away.
Makes sense.
It's not that I'm not a fan; he just bores me.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't have charisma. He gets you. You end up liking him because of his work.
Being the underdog in a match.
Yeah, his work rate.
Yeah, the matches against Adam Cole.
And it's not like he doesn't oversell, and it's not like that pop up stuff. Like if he gets what?
Nah, he video game.
Yeah, he is video game.
He's video game all day. They just hit finisher after finisher after big move after big move after big move, and they just kick out. They don't get up after it, but they just keep kicking out.
He give you one of those.
Yeah, those shoulders and stay down.
He's still fighting. You got to put him. If you're gonna put him down, put him down. You can't just hit one move and just.
It's like muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's like he don't even know he's doing it, but the shoulders up.
His shoulders up.
You know what I mean?
And I think I could appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a fighter. You're not about to just put me down by a spear.
True.
Or you're not about to just put me down by a Canadian destroyer. And that was having to be your first big move. Or and there hasn't been no real damage to my head the whole entire time.
No. This is one of the not last moves, but this is pretty much the end of the match.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the finish, but it's the end of the match.
It's the end of the match.
Where we can get a lot of false finishes in. You hit me with the
and
Canadian
it's not
destroyer.
like as the false finishes are building up, like your first one's like, okay. Second one's like he's
well,
starting.
first one, kick out. Boom, use the legs. Kick out. Second one is
every kick out is getting weaker and weaker.
And third one is just like and then that fourth one is
it's like
but that one's muscle memory.
That's muscle memory.
And you know why it's muscle memory? Because your ears are still hearing the canvas. 1, 2. Oh shit, get shoulder up.
And then guess what? After you see that motion happen with Johnny Gargano, which this is why I appreciate him, because after that, the guy will get up like, he's still in the fight. Hit a finisher, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. it's not he just did that, hit the finisher, and out of nowhere he goes to the pin. Johnny pops up at 1
and standing back on his feet.
Oh, it's adrenaline. No,
clothesline.
No, that brother has been through hell this match. He is giving all he could give.
Right.
That's what makes me appreciate him. He's going to give all he could give. That's all I look for, and especially like for Johnny Gargano and the people in that stature, where he's not that good on the mic. He's not that charismatic. So he needs that theme song. He needs that. He needs that time in the ring, right? For you to connect more with him, because he can't talk on the mic like that. He's not there. So he needs that. He needs the little things to build him up.
He needs Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, but I had another one like Undisputed Era or Sanity.
Undisputed Era. Yeah. And Sanity's cool. Yeah. But
they was short term and they
didn't make it.
Actually, I switch it. Undisputed Era or the Wyatt family.
Oh, which version?
The very first one. What, you want the second version?
Wyatt's all the way.
Oh,
all day.
Sorry.
No, I'm like, that's not even the question. Wyatt's over Undisputed Era.
Okay.
What? The Bray had everybody when the lights turned out with the fucking their phones just lit up. Undisputed Era didn't do that shit.
Luke Harper he's dragging out the chair. The whole entire entrance.
Just looking like a bunch of killers.
A bunch of nutcases, bro.
That's from somewhere in the middle of the swamp.
From the bayou is what they call. What
look
we call
like
it.
Cannibals.
Yeah, they look like cannibals.
It look like straight cannibals.
He come out with that. Luke Harper used to come out with that dirty tank, and I'm like, ooh, he just came straight out the mud.
How?
How you got that? What are you doing in the back for that shirt to be dirty?
Yes, this has been my question, and I never had nobody to talk to about this. But fuck it, I got a couple seconds. How the fuck did that tank top always be that brown right there?
Always.
It's
right the same ring.
Yeah, but it had to be a different beater. Because I've seen them rip a couple.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them ripped in the ring. But they always had that same ring right
oil.
there. It's brown.
The oil ring.
Oh, maybe he puts oil. Maybe this
oil.
Sweet oil on it.
It's oil.
Oh, okay.
So and I notice now, because it sounds weird, but I just got into wearing wife beaters. Mm-hmm. So like, just like little stains, I'm like, motherfucker, because I put oil in my hair. Right. So it ends up on my shirt. I'm like, God damn it, And now it hit me, because I was actually, when you brought it up, and I was like, if I was oil.
Okay, another one.
What's up?
It could be he takes it off and throws some coffee on that.
Bro, I was just going to say that.
Let that
I was like,
dry off and then put it on.
The coffee grounds makes it dirt, makes it brown, and then the oil makes the ring.
Rest in peace, Luke Harper,
God,
man. I think
we
just figured your trick out.
Thank you, Brody. As always, thank you for what you gave to wrestling, Brody.
Yes, sir. You too, Bray.
Yeah.
The Wyatt still will live on, man. And
I hope to see him in the Hall of Fame this year. I know it's a sympathy one, because a lot of people be like, why is he going to the Hall of Fame? Fuck it, let's do it.
Put them both in.
Put the whole make it a family thing, because his uncle and his father is going in the Hall of Fame, so might as well go ahead and put the whole family in, except for Bo, and go from there.
Bo can introduce him.
And I'll say Bo could literally be a connection one. So Bo introduces his uncle and his father, and then all three of them inducts Bray into it.
Right. But you got to put Luke Harper in, too. So if you're going to do that, it got to be Bo.
Actually,
it got to be Bo.
Do the whole Wyatt family.
And Rowan got to talk.
Yeah, do the whole Wyatt family. Induct the Wyatt family in there. Because
Yeah,
we're never going to see them ever again. And their impact on wrestling, to me, was actually crucial, because it really, to me, it brought back the life of stables for me when it comes to the Wyatt family. Because you've seen stables like New Day, but the Wyatt was just a different kind.
It was a different beast.
It was a different beast. And you could see it was straight out the mud, like in the NXT. And just joking about the clothes, but talking about like down in NXT and coming up. And you could see Bray had to like dig deep into his mind to bring that idea to life, and to bring Luke up there with him and Eric up there with him. You're never gonna see that ever again.
You had the whole world
in his hand. Like, and guess
had
what?
The crowd
still.
That was crazy.
The crowd was singing it. The kids were singing it.
Harris to that.
What was he? I can't. The tank with a Mustang engine. I remember him used to say that on NXT, and I'd be like, what? What do you mean by that? And I'm like, you know what? Now that I just said it, it's like tank with a Mustang engine. Okay.
Mustang engine.
All right. Yeah, that's how you close out the episode here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
We got anything?
No,
go
ahead.
What my boy?
Izze Too Real and my boy
Playboy Troy.
And we are
Wrestlemaniacs 2.
And we'll holler at you guys next week. Very soon. Couple days. You dig? That's good.